This little device, I'm really surprised that we don't see more of it out there. I absolutely would feel safer walking through a worksite or in a spot where you can't actually see the worksite. Something like this, absolutely, to draw attention to myself. I'd definitely have one. It's a no-brainer. It's really obvious. Hey everybody, welcome back to Traffic Talk. Today we are looking at the Guardian Angel Elite Series personal LED beacon. This is a cracker little device. You'll see it, if you do a quick Google search, you'll see it all over YouTube and the internet. Emergency services, towies, traffic management, security guards, they're all getting into this. There is so much stuff out there with a number of tests being done, with it being driven over, dropped into buckets of water, into mud, stomped on, thrown at rocks, all sorts of really crazy stuff. So we're not going to go through any of that real hardcore testing here today, but we are going to show you the product because it's not common here in Australia. And you guys can decide for yourselves whether or not this is something that you want to see on your staff out on the roads today. Now, this one came to me from a company in Victoria. They reached out. They're called Safeguards. Their website, safeguards.com.au. They reached out and said, hey, can you have a bit of a look at this thing? And it's a great new little product that we've got out of a company in the States. And we think it's a cracker. So we'd really like you to introduce it to the traffic management industry here in Australia. So here we are. This is what it is that they've sent me. It is called the Guardian Angel Elite Series. Now these come in a whole range of different colors. There's something like 20 odd different color combinations that you can get for these. And essentially it's a personal beacon. You can see on the underside here, there's a little padded underside for the magnetic catch. Now both of these, the device itself has a rare earth magnet in it, which is strong as shit, and all of the attachments have that in there as well. You'll see on the back there is a couple of little brass nutserts, so you can actually screw to it with certain attachments that they've got. Now these guys they've done really well. They're kind of like GoPro, where they've got an attachment for everything. 12 different attachments that you can buy as extras for this. It comes out of the box with this one. The idea behind this is that it lives under your shirt or under your vest, and then it just sticks straight on your shoulder. So that, whatever my shirt does, that'll go with it. So make sure you're wearing a nice fitted shirt. It gives you that beacon on your person when you're not standing directly near a ute or some other work vehicle that has a beacon on it. If you're a traffic controller and you're on point duty and you're down the other end of the work site, away from the work zone and away from your ute, then you've got the ability to be able to stand out just as much as they do. And it's a really versatile little device. So looking at this, we've got this button here, which is the R button, which is the rear. If we push it once, it turns, now this one's obviously white and amber, but it turns them on solid. If we press that again, it turns it into flashing beacon mode, and that's the rear. And we've also got the front, so we can have the front on solid, the rear on flashing, or we can turn the rear off and have the front on. This big red button in the middle turns all the lights on. So front and back, and the light on the top turns them all on with one button press. Then you can turn them all off again as well. Now if you're standing on the road with that like that, it's not too bad. It doesn't really bother you too much when you're looking straight ahead or looking over this way. But if you're standing there and you look over your shoulder, you do get a bit of that flash in your eyes. It's not the end of the world. The value that this brings is a lot more than the inconvenience of having to turn around like you've got no neck to see what's happening behind you. But what you can do is you can turn that off and just have the rear ones on, so that when you are standing there, people coming from the other direction can see you. It will throw enough light, especially if you're in the dark, to light up all the trees, grass, road, everything else around you, which is pretty cool. There is this little button in front. Now this is essentially a torch light. Now that faces towards the front. So if you're out and you're working on the side of the road, you've got paperwork to fill out, or you're trying to look at a TGS, you don't have a torch, or you don't want to hold your torch while you're trying to write and hold your book, this is ideal. While you're at your ute and you're looking for signs, or you've got both your hands otherwise engaged and you don't want to stick your torch under you, this is ideal for that. So it really is a multi-function device. Look, this is just it is actually quite bright. This has been out on trial with a number of companies here. I know Steve up at Seymour White for the CR2SM project, he had a few of these out on trial with his guys. The feedback that he gave was that really great for the torch. When the guys and girls are working to get stuff out of the side of their ute, or they're trying to fill out paperwork, or simply they're walking through a closure in the dark and they're off in the shoulder, it gives them enough light to be able to see what's going on without having to carry a torch. Also, the big bit of feedback that we've had from those guys, but also from other traffic companies that have been playing with this particular one, is that the feeling that it gives the person wearing it, they feel as if they are safer. They feel as if they can be seen a whole lot better when they've got this on their shoulder. Now in traffic, everyone thinks of motorists, members of the public driving through their work site, need to be seen for that. You know, in a work site where you've got bobcats running around, you've got rollers going, you've got all sorts of other things happening, and somebody concentrating on their work, they're not necessarily looking for somebody that's within their exclusion zone. Having this on you to draw attention to the fact that you're there as an active device, rather than just your high vis with your biomotion reflector stripes on there, an active device to draw attention to you standing there, could definitely save a significant injury on site, and just be enough to draw that operator's attention to know that you're there and stop. I'm surprised it's not out there more. When these guys got in touch with me, honestly, I hadn't seen them either. I had to do a bit of a Google and see what was going on. And they've been around for a long time. They're actually up to, I think now, their third generation of these, which is the Elite series. They've got attachments for push bikes. They've got attachments for straps. The one that they sent me here, which I haven't used, but I will open it. Now this attachment is for epaulets. So if you're working in an industry, see, it comes with two little screws, these little guys, and that screws onto the underside of those little nutserts that I showed you there before. It screws into there so that this becomes an immediate, so it's a clip. It's designed to go over a strap or over epaulets if you wear them. This can clip straight onto there, mounted there, ready to go. When you grab your radio, you're grabbing this at the same time. If you're riding your bike and you've got a backpack or you've got straps or whatever, this is incredibly versatile, this little one. Battery life on this is about 14 odd hours on flat out, so with all lights going. That battery life increases as you drop that brightness setting. All the accessories, they're 25 bucks each. It even comes with an arm strap. So you can get an arm strap and then clip this onto there. That'd actually be pretty handy. A canine harness, you'd be pretty keen to want one of these if you're just out walking a dog. However, if you're part of a canine unit, and the dog doesn't look mean enough and you need red and blue flashing lights on it, then the canine harness would be fantastic. Great versatile little product. These are available in Australia now from safeguards.com.au, and they're 200 bucks. And these things are durable as shit. Check out some of these videos with these guys testing these on YouTube. You will find so many users that have done really similar tests and tried to break them, and they're They're incredibly durable. They're borderline unbreakable. Jump on to their website, safeguards.com.au. Check this out, $200. It's just really obvious. What else can I say? Cracker little products. So, what do you reckon? Tell me what you think. Drop a comment below. And if you're starting to enjoy the product review series, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified when we've got the next product for you. Thanks again for joining us here at Traffic Talk today.